The Piston-Set tool is a Ramset MD122 high velocity tool in which the front housing has been modified to accommodate a piston, turning it into a low velocity tool. The handles and hinges of these two tools are the same. The cosmetic differences are due to the tools being manufactured at different times. The high velocity tool is approximately 4 years older than the Piston-Set tool. Eventually this lower housing was added to the MD122. They eliminated the safety device. In later years, sometimes in the 70s, it was taken off. And we swing open the tools. They still look very similar until we remove the breech plug from the high velocity tool and the piston sleeve and piston from the Piston-Set low velocity tool. This tool seemed to have been neglected for quite a few years. There was a lot of rust in the lower housing. Very dirty. The label is missing off of here, and somebody has taken some effort to scratch off the adhesive. It's possible that the handle may have come off of a Job Master tool instead of a Piston-Set tool, and that's why they removed the label. Or it could have been removed for another reason. For disassembling, I'll push the guard back because it is spring loaded and remove the nose piece. There's the guard and spring. A neat feature of these nose pieces, Ramset nose pieces for low velocity tools at the time, is this spring on the side here. That would hold the pin inside the nose piece. It applies pressure to the washer, keeps it from falling out. Not sure how long they had that feature. Probably not too long, a few years maybe. I'll open up the back and remove the piston sleeve and piston. The buffer fell out, and this is not the right buffer for the tool. Problem with a lot of these old tools is that the buffers are made out of material, either a plastic or a rubber material, that it wasn't designed to last for 40 years. They're just deteriorating. Here's the piston. This large area here is the nib. Still pretty oily from cleaning. It has a large nib for ejection because it's one of the tools that uses a powder load that's in the plastic breech plug. If you can read that on the box, it says for use in Bell System B stud driver only. The powder load would go in there, and once you fire it, the piston would push it back out. The rest of the barrel assembly does not come out unless you tear down the front housing, which I did do. Unfortunately, I had to do it, or didn't really have to because the tool was functioning, but I didn't like the looks of what I saw. I had to tear open the rubber piece over the housing to access the screw here. And those screws are usually covered with putty, and this one was too. It was something that Ramset would do to discourage people from tearing open the tool, and it allowed them to know if somebody had accessed the tool. So put it all back together. Here's another tool that I have that was made special for Bell Systems. They have similar features, the large bell housings, both of them which can swivel for getting into close access and narrow access areas. Both of them also have the cutouts for channel. Though not identical, they are very similar. And both of them use the power plug powder load. Both tools also came with a special nose piece that is for holding wire loops. The wire loops are bent and would fit inside this cutout right here. This is for the Ramset tool. This one is for the Star tool. And to fasten the wire loop, you do use a fastener like this. It's a threaded stud with no threads on it. You drop it in, hit the lever, put your wire loop over it, shoot it down to fasten it. The nose piece on the Star tool also has a special device in it that works with the washer on the fastener to hold the fastener in. Both tools came with several bags of fasteners. This is most of them, but not all. Some of them say Ramset, some of them say Star. I got Ramset here, Star, and even got a couple of O-marks. And even some powder loads from O-mark. Makes me think that there's possibly an O-mark tool out there made for Bell systems also. Each bag, it looks like they always had 12 fasteners in them, and it has size 32, for example, on these threaded studs. Size 52 on these threaded studs. These are size 10. It's a 2.5 inch pin shooting into masonry. Here we have some more pins. These Star pins, size 3, size 4. So there's a variety of pins there that they used in their job. Bell Systems did not want their technicians using anything above a level 3. As far as I can see, only browns and greens were available for the tools. They didn't even have grays, which is understandable because the grays were pretty weak. I would imagine these 2.5 inch pins were used just for masonry. I'm going to be shooting them into concrete. I don't expect a green load to set it in concrete. It'd be nice if it did. We'll find out what happens.